welcome to another episode of Inside CKP. I am your host and temporary moderator for today, Jeremy Como. And before I introduce my guest, let's pay the bills. We are brought to you by, of course, Chris Kennedy Publishing. You can find all your reading needs on chriskennedypublishing.com. Fantasy, space opera, military science fiction. Did I say fantasy? A little bit of romance. Some nonfiction on how to write, you name it, they've got it. Go check them out. You can also support this YouTube channel and Chris Kennedy Publishing by going to their Patreon. Of course, you can find everything on Amazon, but you can find those links through chriskennedypublishing.com. And of course, if you want to join the Facebook fan page, or this is the CKP Facebook page, and of course the fan page, the Factory Floor, you can find here. And today we have joining us Marisa Wolf, Melissa Olthoff, and Nick Steverson, all wonderful authors, and we're gonna have a fight. Okay, so these people have been arguing about dragons, and we're gonna have it out on camera so we can have a record of this instead of all the folklore that we've been having for years. So first, let's go ladies first. Marisa, if you would tell people where they can find you and promote anything you want to promote.
Yeah. I didn't bring my book over. Whatever. I am Marisa Wolf. You can find me at marisawolf.com or marisawolf.net because I bought both. For books, well, we can talk about Valkyries since I have Melissa here, and I'm going to finish a book this week about it. It's going to be great. And yeah, you should definitely stay tuned for some Valkyries nonsense. It's going to be amazing. Urban fantasy shenanigans. Or if right now you want, you can pick up the Valkyries Initiative, which has 15 awesome stories in it. Or you can pick up Chicks in Tank Tops. Look at how beautiful that cover is. Chicks in Tank Tops, which also has many fabulous stories in it, and my short story will lead into my novel that I finished today.
Where else can they find you, Marisa?
Instagram probably is your best bet. It's Book Dogs. If you like books and you like dogs, come hang out with me at Book Dogs.
All right. And Marisa also has a YouTube channel that we're going to be. It's in the fledgling stages. It exists, and we'll probably be adding some stuff to that coming soon. Anything else, Marisa? All right, Melissa, tell us what you got going on.
Hey, so outside of Valkyries with the amazing Marisa, I'm also really upset about all the books Nick and I wrote together this last year. So terrible, seriously. We're going back, guys. But we've got 3 new salvage books coming out this year. I've got Salvage Bunny 2, already to our amazing publisher, Chris Kennedy, and a couple of short stories in the bag. So I'm really excited about all of it. You can find me at melissaolthoff.net because I totally copied Marisa's homework, and my website looks a lot like hers.
Oh, wait, I got to find you.
Find me on Facebook. I'm always on Facebook, so you can find me there. I've got an author page, and I've got my regular page.
All right, and we also have one of your previous novels here lined up.
It's so pretty.
And we can talk about this in a little bit, but here's a good one for y'all to get started with if y'all want to read some of Melissa's stuff. And now, Mr. Nicholas, where can people find you?
Every freaking where.
Yeah.
On Facebook, I got 2 pages. I got an author page. I got a regular page. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I got my own website, nicksteverson.com. But I'm on Facebook more than anything, to be honest with you. I need to work on that. But about it. As far as stuff I got going, I got 3 books with Melissa. Space Hyenas. That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that to come out. Cannot wait.
What are those dates? What's your first? When's your first one coming out?
The first one's coming out in May.
Okay, and a little birdie told me y'all are gonna come on the show and talk about that. All right.
Absolutely.
We are not currently divulging titles yet.
Okay. We just know it's about space hyenas.
Yeah.
All right.
And then later on in the year, Marisa and I actually have a very cool project that we will talk about later, but just know that it's awesome.
Okay.
I'm working on a
Just
Four
fight.
Horsemen novel called Honey Badger. It'll be set pretty much in the Peacemaker realm of things. I think it'll be part of the Phoenix Initiative. I'm pretty sure that's where it'll land. And then I've got 2 salvage title novels that are solo, ready to go. One's close to being half done, and then Melissa and I plan on doing 3 more Space Hyenas later on. So I'm a busy man.
Oh wow. And you've got these novels out.
Yep, that's the whole trilogy.
Yeah, there we go.
It's actually a good place to jump into the salvage title universe if you want to know what it's all about.
I love that review. This was effing awesome.
You know, it's the best review. Yeah.
So, so do they have to read the rest of salvage title
Nope.
to read these books? No.
No,
Okay,
you can jump into hesitation and then action consequences. There's a novella that's before hesitation called Test Your Metal, but you don't even have to read that because hesitation will explain it to you. You can go back and read it like a prologue.
Okay. Well, people are excited to watch today. Yvonne's ready for the shit to start.
What are you talking about?
Miss Cox is here, and
Hey, Sherilyn.
He's not as busy as he says, though. Jason's calling you out already.
Jason's full of crap. I got something. Me and Jason are going to be very busy soon too. I'm going to put that out there.
what?
All I can say is he and I are going to be very busy at some point, and everything else is going to get shoved to the side.
I want to know secrets.
I know.
They message me secrets. I want to know.
So let's get into it, yo. People are excited to hear some bullshit. So we called the episode Dragon Wars because y'all have been arguing about dragons for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's talk about that. Why are we arguing about dragons? And how did it start? And y'all can have different stories. That's the fun.
Go ahead, Marisa.
Yeah, here we go. We'll start. It all starts at Fantasy 2022. And BT Dubs, Fantasy is coming up soon for 2023. However, 2022, I was on a panel and I was talking about dragons, as I do, and my favorite dragons in the whole world, which are Pern by Anne McCaffrey. And Nick, being Nick Steverson,
Porn.
decides to Google from his seat in the audience. He's like, I never read Pern. Let's see. And he looks up. He goes, they're bullshit dragons. Right in the middle of my panel where I have to pretend to be professional. I did not, BT Dubs, pretend to be professional. So we argued for a few minutes, as we do. But I waited because of who I am as a person. And was it that night or the next night?
It was that night.
I think it was the next night.
Yeah, it was sometime that weekend. I may or may not have led Melissa into my evil plan, which she enthusiastically approved and made better. So at the dining out for the Four Horsemen at Fantasy, somebody has to test the grog and demonstrate for everybody how to properly drink the grog. And so Nick had volunteered previously, and I was in charge of shenanigans at the dining out. And so I didn't pay attention. That's right. I mean, as Chris knows, pretend. I am not professional. I am a professional, but I am not professional. So Nick demonstrated how to drink the grog, and I didn't pay attention. So I asked him to do it again, and then I didn't pay attention. So we had to do it again. And then I still didn't pay attention, and he did it again. And then I asked Melissa if she had paid attention, and she had also missed it. And here's the thing. Nick is not going to let anybody beat him. So Nick wasn't about to stop. I wasn't about to stop. I'm pretty sure our boss, Chris Kennedy, stepped in and was like, and scene. We are done now.
Never surrender, never die. Come on.
Never surrender.
Never quit.
And since I told him he could stop drinking if he would admit that Anne McCaffrey's dragons were the best dragons of all time. And he wouldn't.
I was nice.
Yeah.
I was nice.
I was at the Peacemaker table and I had a Peacemaker badge on it, stand or fall. I couldn't.
Yeah, that's right. You had a fall, but he didn't.
You were going to fall if you drank any more of that grog.
I was going to fall. I was prepared to die on that hill.
and I tasted that grog. It was nasty.
It was bad, man. I thought it had a bunch of Fireball in it. That shit was Tabasco sauce. It burnt. I tried to flick the cup so it didn't drip on my head.
Ooh, yeah.
And it got in my eyeballs, and I said, "Oh hell!"
Then you just started crying because
I will say though,
were so good.
I talked shit the whole time I was up there.
Whole time, which is why this is a fun fight, right? Like, there's some shit talkers.
He walks by me, and I'm like looking at her as I'm drinking it.
Yeah. So Nick, what's your side of the story of how all this started?
That was an accurate version.
So,
I mean, are there any edits or
yeah, sure.
anything?
Well, not really. I was being a jerk. I did it on purpose, but I was. So I was like, "What are Pern? What is this?" So come to find out, it's Anne McCaffrey, and I was like, "Oh, okay, all right then." So I get to looking at it, and then I'm going, "Okay, this is cool." Dragon. Wait a minute. They were genetically altered lizards. They ain't dragons. Well, what is this crap? So I was like, it's immediate ammunition for me to screw with her. So that's what I did. And then like I keep leading her on, and I keep saying, well, they're not real dragons because they didn't hatch from eggs and born a dragon. You got to be born a dragon. They were friggin' lizards in the deserts that they genetically altered and made them bigger. They're test tube lizards. What are you talking about?
You're wrong. Oh, test tube lizards. That was yeah.
And then she's just getting madder and madder, and I'm like going on like I've read all these books, and it's like she's about to blow her lid, and I finally look, hey Marisa, guess what? She goes, what? I never read those goddamn books.
I got this from Google. Some bullshit.
I had her about to explode.
Melissa, anything to add or edit or?
No, just that I was quite happy to follow Marisa into punking Nick a little bit because he does this on purpose.
100%.
Yeah, I've seen some of the exchanges on Messenger between you guys, and it is brutal.
Anytime he's nice to me, I'm like, oh God, he's an alien now. It's not Nick.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fun.
not picking on you, then there's a problem.
Okay,
so cry for help. Somebody else is typing.
Okay, so I'm like I said, I'm a pretend to be a moderator, and I'm gonna probably be as effective as any political moderator you've ever seen, which is not at all. And so Marisa, tell us about your favorite dragons and why they're your favorite dragons.
The year was 19. No. So Anne McCaffrey, the first book series that I fell super, super, super hard in love with, in the way that teenage girls can fall super, super hard in love with things and base their entire personality on things, was Anne McCaffrey's Pern. And I wrote fan fiction in that world for 20 years. It's why I know Casey. The dragons were hatched from eggs. Fuck it. And
Lizard eggs.
Yeah, fire lizards who are just tiny dragons. And who doesn't want a tiny dragon on their shoulder?
Me, I want a big goddamn dragon so I can eat people.
On your shoulder?
I would take
Yes.
both. I would take
Both.
both.
Por qué no las dos? So anyway, Anne McCaffrey's dragons are the best. They're giant. They breathe fire. They do telekinesis. They teleport. They can take you anywhere in an instant. They're fucking awesome. They're in your brain. You're never lonely. I love it. I love them.
And I'm gonna tell you where Pern porn comes from, because
hate your face.
What?
Wait, are you supposed to be moderating this? How is
I
this
know,
going?
right? Moderators don't
I didn't say I was
contribute.
gonna be good at it. I didn't say I was gonna be good at it. All right.
Point of order.
No,
go
I
ahead.
do point of order. Shush, everybody. I'll turn all your mics off. All right. Anyway, so one day she's talking to Casey, and they're talking about, I'm assuming, a sex scene in their fan fiction because it sounded like some sex stuff, and her husband Easy was on, of course, on the other side listening to Casey. And
There were three people, because this is why it's even funnier, because our third friend Mary, who's also a fantastic author, we were all on Google Chat back in the day when that was a thing, and so we're all chatting, and all of our then boyfriends, I think, now husbands, so all three, go ahead.
Yeah, independently of one another. This is, are you talking about dragon porn? What is going on? You're writing a dragon sex scene all independently of each other, and because it just rolls off the tongue, Pern Porn was born.
All
And so-
three of them said Pern Porn simultaneously, different
Independent.
time zones. They didn't know each other. It was absurd.
because it was meant to be, because that it just rolls off the tongue. And so every time she has a panel and she talks about Pern, I'm in the audience going Pern Porn, and that's where that comes from. So if you're at a convention and you hear those words, now you know where it comes from.
There we go.
Okay.
Great.
Now, so
The,
you were
the
about to say
comments
something?
are having a good time too. I just would like the record to show.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Rob is starting some shit in there in general. He's like, Nick talks shit? No.
all right. We've heard Nick's rebuttal. Melissa, do you have a rebuttal to why Pern dragons are awesome?
Pern dragons are amazing. Not only were they genetically engineered from alien fire lizards, an alien species, they can do all the things Marisa said. You are literally never alone. It is like that emotional bond with something that can breathe, fire, fly, teleport, all the things. And because we love the power of you can also have a tiny little shoulder lizard for the places where your dragon cannot fit, because these dragons are huge. They're amazing. They also are my first love, because those were the first books I read when I was like transitioning from, kid books like Goosebumps and Animorphs to actual adult science fiction.
Like you don't still read that shit.
I'm glad you didn't pause after transitioning.
Yeah,
Different
it's been
story.
awkward for Dan.
So it must. So I don't. If it wasn't for Marisa, I wouldn't know about Pern dragons either. So I don't know if it's a girl thing or versus a guy thing or.
I'd never heard of them until she was yammering about them on a panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hearing, Marisa, is that we need to bring Nerf guns to our panels, and anytime these guys start running their mouths, we just shoot them with Nerf guns.
Yes, done.
I'll
Done.
see your Nerf gun and bring my gel gun. How about that?
Because, whoa, murder. Because Nick, don't you like what's his face, the child author who wrote about dragons, the Aragon books?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, but those are real dragons. They were born dragons.
Yeah, but do you know who that dude was like hugely influenced by?
Oh, I know.
Ian McCaffrey, suck it.
That's where he got his telepathy thing from. But I'm on my defense. I never said the Pern dragons weren't cool. I said they weren't real dragons. They were not born dragons. They had to be turned into dragons.
It's on.
Okay, so now they spoke for you, Nick. But is that your favorite dragons, or do you have?
No. Actually, my
that's
favorite
his favorite.
dragon is
You
not
can't pick
the
your
one
own.
from Aragon.
Okay.
My favorite dragon was honestly the dragon that got me into reading fantasy and dragons and stuff, because I was really little, and I went to my dad's house and we watched. I saw a movie that had a dragon on the cover, and I popped it in, and it was friggin' Dragonheart.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So
I love that.
Sean Connery and Dennis Quaid and Draco and all that. That's what got me into dragons, and since that day, he's always been my favorite dragon. Like to this day, I can put that movie in and watch it 900 times.
Yeah, Sean Connery plus dragon is a pretty good win. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was
I enjoyed that too.
really good movie. The sequels.
Were there sequels?
Oh, there's like 4 sequels.
The first one is the only
I
one.
didn't even know that.
The last one is like an ice dragon. It's kind of okay.
Okay, well, now, ladies, y'all were entirely too nice about that. Why are Anne McCaffrey's dragons, or your favorite dragons, better than the dragons that Nick was talking about?
Well, because we're right and he's wrong, but otherwise, I would say that's a great dragon, because I am a smart person and I don't devalue other people's dragons just because their opinions are wrong. So
I do. I do.
So why are there?
Nick's like, fuck it, I'll do it.
So is his opinions are wrong just about Pern dragons, or about his dragons?
I mean, I think we all understand that Nick is just wrong in general. That's like our baseline understanding here. Yeah, I think that's fine. So otherwise, He's
It's
correct
okay
about
for
Sean
you to be
Connors.
wrong about somebody being wrong, and that's okay that you're wrong. So I'm just
You're
saying.
wrong that I'm wrong that you're wrong.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm wrong.
We're all the
Fair.
wrong.
Amazing.
Oh, we got
A lot of
shit
wrong.
talking in the comments.
Dakal would take his sword and run it from that dragon's ass to its chin and then laugh at it. Please.
Wait,
Except
does
that
he
it
mean
would-
Dakal or does he mean like Draco from Dragonheart?
I think he means Draco, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so now being unfamiliar with the Anne McCaffrey dragons, they're tiny little dragons?
I cannot believe I married you. I can't believe
I
I
don't
married
even
you.
know. Are they like big dragons? Little
How do you
dragons?
not
I know.
know this?
Our marriage is a lie. So you get in the Nick bucket. You're all wrong. No, they're big. So when the settlers first got to the planet, they found these little like shouldery sized dragon fire lizards, tiny dragons that the comments have made very dirty. Like, is that a fire lizard in your pants? Or are you just happy to see me? I believe I saw. They'd be very warm in your pants. You might want to get that checked out. Anyway, so then when they genetically engineered them to fight this interstellar threat that they had to fight, they made them very large. So I think the largest dragon in the books, as far as Anne McCaffrey wrote them, is the size of a 747. So
Oh, that's pretty big.
Pretty big.
yeah.
I think
Whereas the first ones, the first round of hatchlings were only like barely the size of horses.
Horses, yeah, like slightly larger than horses.
oh, so they
The
come out
geneticists
pretty
like
big.
engineered them to slowly grow bigger over their generations.
That's one thing I did like about what's his face? Paolini, when he wrote his, they came out small, like little dog sized, and it took a while for him to get big. Like Glader's 1,500 some odd years old. He's old, and he's about that size. But then you get Shrukin, who is young, I think about the same age, maybe a little older than Glader. And he was magically made bigger, like Galbatorix did. But that's what made him nuts too, and they didn't have the real connection. So, but he was massive.
Yeah. See, one of the downsides. Go ahead, Melissa.
I said, don't mess with dragons like that. It's just not good for anybody.
Agreed. One of the downsides for Anne McCaffrey's dragons is they can't get very old because they will not survive past their rider, which is very like heartbreaking and leads to lots of good drama, but it's very sad.
It does.
See,
it's like built-in angst.
My dragons lived like 600 years. So.
Yeah, see, that's
yeah.
that
I mean,
girl
that is
stuff.
cool. Yeah.
That's that girl.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
emotions. Only
Like,
girls
like,
feel
oh,
emotions.
It's
Get out of here.
sad and stuff. No, I want a badass dragon.
Look, they are badass. Doug agrees with us. He's smart, so there.
Yes,
Thank
he
you.
is. We like you, Doug.
We like you a lot.
Dude.
They're
I don't
also very
under- I don't-
amoral, which I very much love. The dragons of Pern are 100% amoral. They just go with what their rider's morality, which is usually good, but nah, not always.
They're just like, you're my ride or die, and I will do whatever you want because I love you and support you. And if you want to crispy that person, cool.
Yeah, you
I
want to
could
burn
use
the
a
world
dragon
down?
like that.
Fuck this world. Yeah.
They don't have a
Oh,
mind of their own. That's pretty lame.
No.
Oh,
They do, but I'm saying like their morality compass is skewed in favor of their rider. So like if you piss off their rider, they don't have any value in your life. So like, no thanks, bye.
It's like they're not as dumb as dogs. They're way smarter than dogs, but it's like you have the loyalty of your dog, and your dog is going to protect you. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody know what a tree cat dragon?
Tree cats are awesome. So that's from David Weber's Honor Harrington, yeah. They have zero morality whatsoever. They're phenomenal and I love them. They have a code, but it does not place a value on your life. So there we go.
So I'm hearing that they're dragons that can do cool things, but they're kind of dumb.
No, they aren't dumb. 20 years of fan fiction
You
says.
said they're like a dog, but maybe a little smarter. That's
I didn't
literally
say
what
a
you
little,
just
but
said.
don't twist my words, boy.
That's what you said.
Use
I
your
said they're
ears.
smarter than a dog.
Okay, my 7-year-old's smarter than a dog.
But are you though?
Yes. I train a dog.
Depends on the dog, but yeah, all right.
Well, Doug is very passionate about Anne McCaffrey's dragons.
Hell
My
yeah.
dragons would nuke their planet from orbit and telekinesis that fucker.
Well, they can go to space, so
Not
Space
if
dragons.
they're nuked before they get to space.
they can instantaneously teleport. You weirdo. They can see the nukes do not appear. They have to income.
So do they survive in space?
Oh, I didn't know true cat dragon was a thing. Yes, apparently they can. According
Okay,
to
so-
all the words of Pern.
All right, there's arguments going on in the chats
This is
now.
great.
So
I love
we
it.
started some shit.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
So
just
tree
here to yell
cat
about
dragons
dragons.
are feline pseudo dragons. All right, that's rough.
Okay. I mean, that's death from all corners.
All right, everybody watching, keep them coming. This is great stuff. See, Pern dragons are fully sentient, but soul-bound to their riders. Okay.
Yeah.
You mean the Pern lizards?
Dragons, you motherfucker.
Lizards,
Dragons.
the big giant test tube lizard that was given steroids.
Look, if you had the opportunity to take a shoulder-sized dragon and make it a 747, I guarantee you would. And you would
You know
consider
how
that shit a real
expensive
dragon.
that would be to feed?
Well, yeah, that's why it took a couple hundred years to get them that big. It's fine.
Okay.
Just send it to DC.
So real quick. So we know the ladies like Pern dragons. You like Aragon and
Draco.
Dragon.
What about like TV and movie dragons? Like, what are your favorites there?
Toothless.
Yeah, Toothless
How to
and
Train Your Dragon. Yes.
Toothless and oddly enough, Mushu.
Yes! Also on the list. Yeah.
Okay,
Like
then.
the
Eddie
best
Murphy.
dragon. It's hilarious.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on you.
Dishonor on your whole family.
The best.
Oh,
Amazing.
here's an idea: a Depic dragon hybrid.
No, the world will burn. That's a terrible plan.
That's the point.
Absolutely terrible idea.
Okay. Six-legged telepathic murder cat. Oh my, Yvonne. Oh my.
Oh wait, where is this? Oh yeah.
I volunteer.
All right, we've got some passionate viewers today. I love it.
That's some that's Yvonne's stuff is some damn Pandora shit.
Mm-hmm. It's scary.
But cooler.
Way.
Re-entry what? Multiple.
Rob's on fire out there. I love it. I like it a lot.
Right?
Oh,
Nice.
man.
All right. So one of my favorite dragon movies, although I do like Toothless and Mulan. I like those are great. But Reign of Fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Is probably one of my favorite movies involving dragons, because it's like, you know, they've always existed, and then they found them again, and they took over the world, and they even explained the fire breathing, where it's a two-part chemical reaction. Loved it as one of my favorite ones.
Is that the movie where like you get the scene of one of the guys like leaping from the back of a dragon with a sword in his hand, and he's like,
I'm sorry,
by fire?
one of the guys, Matthew fucking McConaughey.
Yeah, that guy.
I mean, he's a guy, right? I mean,
He is a guy.
Isn't it
Christian Bale in that movie?
Christian
too?
Bale in that movie
Yes.
too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I'm not sad about at all.
I'm Batman.
nothing wrong about that. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Batman.
In his Batman voice, where he talks all fucking weird.
Yeah.
I loved him as Batman.
Contractually obligated to speak that way as Batman, so it's fine.
Yeah, he was an awesome Batman. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
there are
Right.
You know what the
dragons
worst
in
dragons are? You know what the worst dragons are? Friggin' wyverns. They're not dragons. They're lunch for real dragons. I hate wyverns.
See, those are lizards.
Is it
Yeah.
wyverns or is it wyverns? Because I always pronounce it wyverns.
Who the fuck says
Who
wyvern?
knows?
I don't know.
Melissa.
I like read them. I read words when I'm in
Wyvern.
Look.
Horace
Oh.
Devers.
Sometimes you read a word without hearing it out loud, and then you pronounce it wrong for the rest of your life, and it's fine.
When have you ever seen WY and said wy?
I don't know.
I
I
say
was
Y.
11.
No, yeah.
I mean,
Wyoming.
in names, Wick.
Yeah.
People spell it.
Winona.
Oh, did you just say "what" when you said Winona? What?
I think I heard a woof sound in there.
Pretty sure that's what I heard. Yeah,
Woof.
weird. How that
Now I'm
happened.
gonna look up like the proper pronunciation of wyvern.
Also, let's be clear: English is fucking made up. Nothing.
Yeah,
Listen,
English is the shittiest language.
it's not a language. It's 3 languages in a trench coat, mugging other languages in the alleyway.
Yeah, I did. When I watched when I watched Game of Thrones, I had never read the friggin' book, so I didn't know the dragons were wyverns. So I was all excited, and then I saw it. And I'm like,
and they didn't have
I
legs.
feed that to a real dragon. What the fuck?
Plus, they wasted them. So what?
Wait.
They totally wasted the dragons. I thought when the one dragon came back as a freaking ice zombie, it was going to be epic. It didn't do
They're just something
crap.
cool. No. Like,
Wait, so
That show
what's
was
the difference between a wyvern
legs.
and
A
legs?
wyvern
Versus four legs.
has two front legs where the wings are connected to his forelegs and back legs, whereas a real dragon has 4 legs and his wings are completely separate appendages.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if you look up the completely made up dragon lore, that they don't really classify wyverns as dragons. They just say they are a different
Why?
thing.
No.
Real dragons have 4 legs, a tail, and 2 wings.
Well, according to Dragonpedia, let's looky here.
Nick brought receipts.
Looky here. Okay, so there's an amphitheater, an Asian dragon, sea orcs, a fey dragon, great dragon, which is the best fucking
Notice
dragon.
I didn't disagree with Nick, and he's still
Great.
arguing with me.
Still, yeah.
A basilisk is a dragon. A hydra is a dragon.
Sure.
Arctic dragon. A worm. That's a stupid dragon.
Oh wait, but
Total-
worm isn't worm spelled WYRM,
W-Y-R-M.
but we say what?
Worm.
Weird.
So weird.
Worm.
Yeah, worm. It's a worm.
And then a total, which looks like a damn phoenix.
Oh yeah.
Some
yeah.
shit.
Hey, dinosaurs had feathers. I mean, dragons.
And then
had
look,
feathers.
there's a wyvern right there. Apparently, it's a dragon.
It's 8.
I think it's lunch for a dragon.
Depends on how big it is, I guess. I enjoyed. Vonda said, "I've been called wyvern before, and I didn't like it." But I'm sorry. I think I just need to call you wyvern from now on because it's amazing. I didn't like it. Oh, so good.
Oh, this is messy. I love it. All right.
Seriously, why aren't you eating
Wyvern.
popcorn?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know I don't have. This is what I love about doing this podcast. I barely have to talk. I just nudge in a direction, and because y'all are so passionate about what y'all talking about, I just sit back and relax. And I should have a drink actually.
You should.
Fail.
All right. So people in the crowd who are watching, please. Oh, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Is
Oh.
Godzilla a proper dragon? Good
He's a kaiju.
question.
He's an iguana on steroids.
Yeah, he doesn't have wings, so I feel like you
He
He's a
breathes.
nuclear iguana.
He breathes
Yeah,
fire
no,
like
not a
things.
dragon. Not a
Future
dragon.
Florida man, dragon.
He doesn't breathe fire. He breathes radioactive shit.
Laser
Yeah.
beams.
It's
Nuclear
hot that comes
fallout.
out of his mouth. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think we
Uh,
do
Comes
need
out
to
of my
get
mouth,
on
but I'm not a
wings.
vomit dragon.
Kaiju. Kaiju.
Kaiju.
I guess he could be a kaiju. Yeah.
All right. So the answer from
I'm
this
just gonna
group
bring out my
I got
little
a dragon
dragon.
is
too.
no.
I know. I'm just
I
like
want that for Liam. He has one of those.
so cute. I was on Casey Azell, another fabulous author who knows about dragons. I was on her channel last week or the week before. I don't know. We were talking about dragons, and I started looking around. And I was like, how many dragons are in my immediate area? Keeping in mind that I live in a camper and I'm not allowed to have a lot of things. It's 8. The answer is 8. I have 8
I beat you.
dragons.
I beat you. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nick.
What? I went.
You live in a house, man.
You're in a house with
I'm
I
in one.
presume.
I'm in one room that's smaller than your camper.
No.
At least you have a room.
presume
I have a nook in my kitchen. You have a
presume-
room.
You have
No,
a
I don't have a
foundation.
room. Look, my bed is like right yonder, so I have a whole 10 feet.
Still more than my nook.
I mean, look, this is the wall. Just my arm cannot fully straighten in this room. All right.
All right, what y'all should take away from this is writers do not get a lot of space, okay?
That's right. We get what we get.
To be fair, some of mine are itty bitty.
Oh, I like those new ones. Those are
I
good.
would like the record to show, and we gave away a lot of stuff to move into a camper. We have a storage unit, and I say we, but it's me. Jeremy would have gotten rid of everything, but in the storage unit are my dragons and my books because I was not getting rid of them. So, for the record,
Okay.
that's all. The end.
All So, people in the audience, if you have a favorite dragon, please make your point.
If it's a
In the
real
comment-
dragon,
Oh, if, even no, even if it's a not so real
playing.
dragon,
I'm just playing.
so we can
We
shit
know
on it.
Yvonne doesn't like me anymore because
Everybody's
because
like,
I found
"Oh, Nick,
vibrant
man,
hilarious.
all of us. What the hell?"
Yeah, because if you have thin skin, don't tell us about your dragon because we may shit on it.
But also don't
I will
tell
try
us
to
about
find
really,
some
to
way
be
to
clear.
shit on it, just for fun.
Okay,
We're not
so
mean, really.
while we're waiting on people to fill in the comments, and I'll intersperse these as they come in.
What is AC-47?
Yvonne, you don't spit fire already? I thought that was a thing you did.
Well, she doesn't love me anymore.
Yes, she does.
No, she said she doesn't.
She'll
I
shit
don't
fire if she puts enough shit in her, if puts spice in her food.
What does AC-47 mean? Anybody?
I don't know.
She'll tell us. Tell us.
So if you have any of you written dragons besides Pern Porn?
Nick has.
Dang it, pointing
Okay.
is hard.
All right, tell us about that one.
Well, I mean, I actually have 4 dragons, honestly. So I got 2 fantasy stories that aren't published right now. One is Garamore the Profane, and he's massive black dragon with a twisted set of horns, and they've got like blood red veins running through them, and his scales have that shimmer effect, and they're like a blood red too. So he's black, but once the light hit him, he turns like kind of a bloody red. And his mate was a real pretty blue, but she's not around anymore, and he's kind of evil as shit now.
As you do.
So he's my favorite dragon of traditional dragons that I've written. And then I have another dragon in another fantasy story called If You Want Something Done Right. You got to do it yourself. And it's about a grizzled old general who's just pissed off at everybody and everything going on below him because they're screwing up. And they've asked him to come back and help 20 times. And he's like, screw you. I'm retired. Go away. Get off my lawn.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dragon in that one actually helps him out. And, you know, they win the battle. And it's pretty cool. It's a fun story.
It really is. It's a good one.
And then I have space dragons. Can you see back there? Space dragons.
Space dragons.
Now they are not traditional dragons. They are more. I guess the best thing to describe them would be what dragonborn. I guess they're actual dragons. They're just bipedal. They don't breathe fire. They can fly, but they can't like just flap their wings and fly. It's sci-fi, so I was trying to be realistic. They can glide and they can jump and actually fly and catch the wind and circle up and, you know, catch the drafts and all that stuff. So they can fly, but they just got to get into the air.
So anybody know what they're saying about who's Elliot?
I don't know who Elliot is.
Who's
Rob,
Elliot
who's
the
Elliot?
dragon? Is he the big green one? That was invisible to everybody but the kid?
Is it like Pete's dragon?
Yeah. Right?
Is that dragon's name? I never knew that dragon's name.
Rob, you should
I'm
probably tell
totally
us. 'Cause
guessing here.
Yeah.
clearly we're
For sure.
scheduled. Somebody did say Puff earlier, Puff the Magic Dragon.
Who do y'all
Yeah,
think the most powerful dragon is?
Probably one with a battle cruiser.
Now I'm talking, yeah, that one. Now I'm talking like in sci-fi and fantasy and even anime, because the anime has a totally different kind of dragon going on.
Well, you got.
True.
It depends on what kind of fight you're doing, right? Because like Falcor from Neverending Story was a luck dragon, so
I hate that Falcor is a dragon. He looks like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
He looks like a dog, but dragon is in his name, and
He's
so
not a
things will go his way because he's a luck.
He's a
luck
dog.
dragon.
He's a wiener dog that got big and turned white.
Well, size matters to you, Nick. So there you go.
Just saying. I made little tiny dragons. What you talking about?
So. Oh, I haven't read that.
Chess with a Dragon. Check that out.
Nice. Okay, yeah, put that on the list. I like that a lot.
I think the most powerful dragon is Shenron from Dragon Ball.
Ooh, that's a good point. What about the two dragons from Avatar? Last Airbender?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Those are good ones.
Mhm.
especially because they can bestow the power of bending on you.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
As far as almost anime.
Yeah. That might be my vote. I like it.
That's a good one. I'm still going with Shenron.
Oh, AC-47 is aka Puff the Magic Dragon.
Oh, I had no
And
idea.
gunship
That
in
is
Was a
Vietnam.
super
gunship
cool.
in Vietnam. That's cool.
I had no clue about that. That's really cool.
I actually did. I
Fun
didn't
fact.
remember, but that does sound familiar.
That's
All
really
right,
cool.
I love fun facts. All
I
right.
do too. Yeah.
So what's some recent dragon stuff? Oh wait, no. Did everybody say who they think their strongest dragon is?
I mean, I think Rob has a good point. I do not know how to pronounce that one, so I'm not gonna Wyvern, but Rob's is a pretty good one.
Mm.
That's a good one.
Galrog?
There's no- I
Garog?
think it's rung at the end, but I don't know.
Garog?
Rob,
Stop.
Doug is saying Larry's dragon from Monster Hunter. That's management, right?
Oh, also a good one.
Mhm.
I love Monster Hunter. That's so good.
He never really showed just how powerful that dragon is. I mean, he kicked some ass, but
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen more with him. He was a very cool character. He's not dead. He's still around.
No
Yeah.
spoilers. And Doug, I would say so. Avatar: The Last Airbender, so good, totally worth watching.
Probably one of the best cartoons in recent history.
Seriously, it's
All
you
time.
could. There's so many good things from that cartoon. Like I watched the whole thing start to finish with my kids
Don't
last
watch
winter.
the live action movie. It's terrible.
Oh,
That
yeah,
doesn't
That
exist.
does not exist.
There is no live action movie,
they're
There are
coming
no
out with
sequels to
another one.
Highlander.
Really?
They're
and I will hold my breath, not at all. But I will watch it to see if it's good.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be a series, not a movie.
Yes,
right.
Interested. There's hope.
Wish they do a Voltron movie.
What?
Yes. Oh my god.
Voltron?
I didn't know that.
Voltron, the
No, I wish they-
Netflix.
I'm saying I
series.
wish they
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, because
Like,
I
don't
watched
get
that
excited.
movie.
Holy crap! If y'all haven't watched the new Voltron Legendary Defender on Netflix, it is amazing.
It's
I
That's
love
really
that
good.
one.
Yeah, we started it and I really liked it, but then I don't know if it was because so many seasons came out or there was such a gap.
It's
Something
got
happened.
a total gut punch towards the end too, and I was like, dude, that's awesome.
I can't do
It
that
was
right now.
it was awesome. Not to derail it from Dragons again, but oh my god, that last season, I want to kick all the writers out and do it myself because
Okay.
they did us wrong. They did us so wrong.
Oh, this is good to know.
Mm-mm.
So that's gotta suck as writers when you see it. You have a show that you love, and then they start going off the rails, and you just want to go in and fix it.
Mhm.
And because I'm not a writer, and
Where
I
fan
do that.
fiction was born.
Wait, say again.
That's how fan fiction was born. You see something on TV and you're like, oh no. That's not how it's
Mhm.
supposed to go. And then you go and you
Mhm.
write it and you fix it.
Also,
Looks like
has anybody else written a story out of spite? Because I have.
One
Okay,
thousand.
cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Please share. Ladies first.
Yes.
Melissa, go.
Gosh, honestly, anything that I've written, like especially at the beginning, was 1000% out of spite because someone that I will not name said that there was no way I was ever going to get published, ever. So I'm like, oh no, you didn't, and I am. Well, here I am.
Yeah. Fuck those people. Yeah, that's like a
Right? Motivation for the win. And they didn't mean it in a bad-ish way. And they are like one of my biggest fans now. So I mean it worked out. But
No.
yeah, spite is a great motivator.
spite is a great motivator. My short story for the first Peacemaker anthology, where I made a pangolin into a peacemaker, was spite. I don't even remember which specific show it was, but we were watching yet another show where the bad guy managed to kill like 14 people because the hero couldn't put him down. And now in real life, do I believe in vigilantism? Not especially. But in my fiction, fuck yes. And so I wrote that short story in about 2.5 hours because I was pissed.
Nice.
And Chris liked it so much that when we wrote a book together last year, he made us bring that character into that book because he's like, I love this guy. We need to bring him in.
That
I
is
was
a
like,
great
okay,
character, by the way.
Thanks.
We actually went back and forth about that character. because
So
I
Nick
put
and I were arguing about
pangolins in action, and she had hyenas in the book, and I'm like, oh, I guess imitation is the best compliment ever, huh?
And I was like, point of order, what were these publication dates? And I would like the record to show that I win.
No, she only won. She
The
won
pangolin.
with the pangolin by like
Pangolin.
3 months, and I'm like, God damn it!
Mhm.
But that's so like I had to give her that one. But I beat her down with hyenas for like a year and a half.
That's fair. But I don't even think the hyena was me. That might have been Chris. So
Is your name on the book?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
why I
it was
didn't
you.
argue too much. But pangolin, let's be clear. Anyway.
All right, Rob.
Which-
I heard that Marisa just won. That's all I heard.
What? That was a tie, if anything.
I
If
didn't
you want
start
to
the
go by
shit.
months, I'll
You
win.
started the shit and you were wrong.
I always
Therefore I
win the shit.
Lies.
All right, so Nick, what's your spite writing?
Everything I write is out. Every damn word I write is out of spite. Everything. I'll do a hashtag all the time. Write from spite. Why? Because I want to write more words than her and Chris and everybody else. When they write a word, I did this many. Good. I'm going to beat you by 1,000.
Nick, remind me offline. Sorry, folks, secrets. Until we can get Casey involved. You will very much appreciate the stroke of brilliance that Casey Azell had yesterday.
Yeah.
For
It's
this exact,
glorious.
remember this moment, this exact
Remember it.
moment.
You're gonna love it. I promise.
You really will.
Oh,
Have I
yeah?
ever said you wrong?
We should have had
Thanks, Beth.
Casey would have been great to have on here. Girl Casey.
Yeah, she's working this night.
That sucks.
But yeah.
Writers therapy, keep it coming.
Also, because I whined about it.
A real level, a lot of what I write, I kind of have a chip on my shoulder because I am in my dad's writing universe. And some people may look at that and be like, oh, well, if my dad had his own universe, I could write in there too.
Yeah.
Well, that's saying that Chris publishes stuff just because so-and-so turned in a story and that he's just publishing it because of that and not that it's not good. So in turn, you're insulting Chris by saying that. So for me, everything I turn in, I try to turn in the best of my ability and I try to make it better each time. So I guess that is a way of writing from spite, even though nobody has actually said that I know of.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Nepotism.
So
Oh
I read
Wow,
this,
you
and at
really?
first I thought she said he spit all over me, and that is not what she said.
I need to fan myself for a whole different reason. My goodness.
It's like this. It's not dirty, but it sounds dirty.
Well, that's why Rob immediately responded.
I just want George to know that it's not what it sounds like.
It's fiction. It's fiction, and it's not sexy. Real mean.
No.
Actually, but what she's talking about, yeah, I gave Yvonne a real big part in Consequences, an important part actually, and I put George in there too. I might have clowned on him a little bit.
He's so great.
Oh
Just
God.
a moment to pull out because I was whining about Yvonne not loving me earlier. She said she loves my face, and I love her face too. The end.
Yay! All right, quit a well girly shit. All right.
You shut your face. Put Chris's comment up there. It was good.
Yes, that is a great comment.
Yeah, and I've told Chris and my dad, if it's shit, tell me it's shit so I can fix the shit.
Yeah.
Make it not shit.
Make
this
it less on
shitty.
fire shit. Yes.
Here, make this
Lukewarm
not
shit.
suck.
All right. So, speaking of cursing,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Our favorite thing.
yeah.
Who
So,
curses?
one of the in past episodes, we've come up with cursing math, and with Mike Wyatt Jr., we have the Wyatt ratio, which counts how many how many times it says fuck in a book. Do y'all curse a lot in your writing, or as much as you're cursing here, or more, or about the same, different words? Do you make up curses?
Hey, Marisa, how many times did I curse in my Valkyries novel?
The appropriate amount.
Hey, Bill said there was a minimum amount, and I'm an overachiever. So on the flip side, though, salvage is clean-ish, and we try to keep it cursing to a minimum, or
We try to keep it PG-13ish, something like that. We get away with ass, damn, hell,
Bastard.
a couple of worse words here and there that you slip in. Maybe Chris won't see it and he'll just publish it. But no, we don't do a whole lot of cussing and salvage. But this 4HU book I'm writing, that is Nick's vocabulary 100 away.
Same with Valkyries.
Yeah, Valkyries. It's urban fantasy, and it's like modern day, and it's people who kill people for money. Like, of course they're gonna curse. Like, that's in
they're
character.
not gonna curse. Yeah.
It'd be weird if they didn't.
It would be you throw you right out of the story. Not the magic, the lack of cursing.
Yeah, I mean it's just realistic in that,
Yeah.
Because that's one reason why like I don't really watch network TV anymore or things like that. Is like real people curse. Real people, beat up on each other and say nasty shit and all that. When you don't have that, it's it's not real. So as far as the keeping the cursing down, is that for marketing purposes or just that's what y'all decided? Or
well, with Salvage Title Universe, we want everybody to read our books.
Yeah.
I want a pastor to be able to pick up my book and enjoy it.
Okay.
Pastor's not going to read something with a bunch of F-bombs. I want my 12-year-old son, or he's 13 now, but since he was 2-3 years ago when I started writing, he's read everything I've ever written except for the Four Horsemen stuff. And I want everybody to be able to read my books. For one, that's just good sales strategy. I mean, why do I want to sell to this many people when I can sell to this many people? You know what I mean?
No, makes sense.
The comments have gone off the rails again. Just would
fantastic,
because it was Chris is throwing out the now he owes me a trilogy.
Yeah, there's a wee bit more in the novel. There's about, I think, 188 last check.
Yeah, but Andy owes me a trilogy. And I love that Chris went and checked. That was amazing. Chris, you are the best boss ever. Amazing. Yes, there's more than 13 in the novel.
Chris has a good point. Says know your audience, and that's a big part of it too. Yeah. So, like with Four Horsemen Universe, you don't have 12-year-old and 13-year-old kids reading that because it's a lot of hard science mixed in with all the combat and the gore and everything else. So you've got older people reading that, so you can do whatever you want as far as that goes.
Mature story.
Yeah, you can keep it. You can throw it up to the rated R rating or whatever. However you want to put it. And you want to cater to your audience. He's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
So, in fact, I just finished a book, The Rise and Fall of Dodo, and it has nothing to do with dragons. Sorry, but they curse.
Moderation, man.
Yeah, they curse a fair amount in it, but the way they do it is pretty funny because it's about there's a lot of bureaucracy going on. There's a lot of internal memos, and this lady's writing, and this fucking thing. Sorry, this sad state of events, and you can hear her because I listen to audiobooks. You hear scratch out, wait, and then she corrects herself.
That's cute,
and that's fun, So I think, and also creative cursing, it is fun, and depending on how it's done. Made up cursing, so they can curse all they want, but because it's not in actual English, it's not offensive. But so if that's done well, I don't mind that either. But in order to keep it clean but not be clean, people can actually curse. So I enjoy that kind of stuff.
That's like in salvage, you got frost and squat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Instead of I like the way he did that because what do most people go to when they want to replace an F-bomb? They use frack. I'm so tired of seeing the word. I'm so tired of seeing frack used.
Sure.
Doug
just gave the example. Yeah.
Speaking of F-bombs, I actually used F-bombs in mine.
Yes, you did. You got around it by making an actual F-bomb.
It's fun to make it fun. I mean, come on.
I was like, how can I get an F-bomb in salvage? Oh, I'll just make a real friggin' F-bomb. How about that?
That's good stuff.
Quick note about dragons. Apparently we all now owe Rob dragon trilogies. And so I would like to say challenge accepted. Just for the record. So
I already have a dragon trilogy. Well, look, we'll see it. I'll show it to you.
I mean, it's space dragons.
Look,
Like
Look,
here
look.
it goes.
I got a full trilogy of dragons.
Yeah, but Rob wants them,
And
which means they have to be
look.
fantasy.
Hey, do you guys have hardcovers?
Ooh.
I
Now
mean,
you just being mean.
didn't you just buy that for yourself though?
No, they're on sale on Amazon. You can go
Okay.
buy some.
Okay, just checking. You guys should probably go buy them because while Nick is infuriating, he's a very good writer, and you should probably go read his shit.
He's okay.
All right. Well, and Rob is giving us resources for cursing
Oh, excellent.
here, so that's lovely. Thank you, Rob.
It's always good research.
I'm fluent, but I don't mind upping my numbers. So.
Speaking of fluent,
Oh, nice. Yes, this is why I love her.
Vaughn hit you with that Cajun shit now.
Mhm.
oh yeah, we
went the French,
say
man.
some stuff that sounds made up, but it'll hit you right between the eyes.
Yeah.
Although Yvonne knows a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
Probably
Dude,
true.
when
as
I
a
worked
general
on
rule.
the tugboats, I had my first captain was a Cajun, like a real Cajun. Like I had no idea what that dude was telling me to do.
Oh, we call them river rats.
Dude, he sent me down to the front hold to get a wire. So it's a big 200-pound wire that we strapped the barges together with. I thought that man was telling me to get a tire. I'm like, why do you want me to get a tire? What am I going to do with a tire? We're on a boat. I don't see any tires. It took me 10 times of saying,
on a boat.
asking him to explain to me what the hell he was saying.
Can you spell it?
It took the other deckhand laughing. And when he got done, he's like, he's telling you to get the wire. And I'm like, why didn't he say wire?
It's bad when you need a translator.
Florida
When you're speaking the
accent
same
just
language.
That's amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
And Rob, all English is made up. Sorry, hate to say
all
it.
language is made up.
Yep.
No, but there's a good point there about like cursing adds impact. You can't use it too much. Especially I find, especially in writing, like where Casey told a good story about this at MarsCon that we were just at a couple weeks ago about while some people use fuck as punctuation, military people, for instance, in writing you can't have it that many times because it will throw your reader out. It's harder when you're reading it than when you're hearing it. So
yeah,
I think it's more impactful outside of narration. Just put it in your dialogue, and then you use it. You can use it often, but like
it has
not
to fit.
every 2 words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every sentence the guy says is fuck this and fuck that.
Yeah.
No, you got to change it up a little bit. You got to use your different curse words, get some variety.
And not only that, I find it interesting when, especially like in fantasy or when you're talking about a different world and different things mean different, have different weight to different people. So if like in Britain they say bloody, that means nothing to us, but that's a swear to them, And so whenever writers do that, when they create curse words that are specific to the world that they're writing in, and it's not like frack or something like that, it actually has a meaning to it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's super fun. It's a world building tool for sure. Yeah.
We used a lot of European and British stuff in Space Hyenas actually.
We did.
Oh really?
Yeah, because we actually little spoiler, we actually have pirates. So like pirates.
Like pirates.
Pirates. Space pirates.
And pirates, to be clear.
We
have variety, right?
Variety's the spice of life. Great point.
And we actually show you 2 different sides of the pirate world, but it's really cool.
We had a lot of fun with it.
So guys, we're about to hit the hour mark here. Have we solved anything?
No,
Not
they're
even
still
close.
wrong as hell.
You are still wrong and an ass.
Accurate. I voted.
You're right on 1 point.
You lose.
But you're still wrong.
Nick's like, that time you said I was a good writer. That was when you were right at the end.
All right. So let's
I said he was okay.
You did. That's true.
Let's hear from the audience. Who do you think is right? And
They're gonna side with no girls. What? That's a
because they're
way of
smart.
figuring it out.
We're awesome and we're right.
Right?
Oh wait,
Where am I chauvinists at? Come on.
I like my curses to look like a glitter bomb exploded around me. That's pretty good. That's That's a very vivid description.
I like it. She's so great. I love it.
Sounds
All
like a
right.
certain character we made up in Space Hyenas, Nick.
Oh,
Glittery.
interesting.
It looks like a rainbow took a dump and then vomited everywhere and blew up.
Here we go. First vote is for Nick.
Yes,
Ugh. And I liked
Raider.
you.
First
I-
vote is for Nick.
I still
I
like
don't
you.
even know you.
Hold on, I'm gonna write them down to make sure we have a tally.
Oh, now
Yeah.
you feel like doing your job, moderator?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Wow.
didn't say I was good at it. I
Pod
never said I was
husband, you
good
have
at it.
betrayed us. You betrayed us.
You don't
Yeah.
have to be good at something to have fun with it.
Well, no.
All right. Well, so far it's one vote and Nick is winning.
I'm just gonna.
All
Two
right,
examples:
so
golf and sex.
do what?
What was that?
One
wanna
more
repeat
time.
Two examples are golf and sex. You know, you don't have to be good to have fun, Adam.
That's true. That's true. Just
Mm-hmm.
whack away.
That's
Anyway.
Well, that's if you're by yourself.
Yes.
Everybody needs to leave.
Wow.
That's horse manure.
That's
Dragon
amazing.
shit. That's
Thank
dragon
you.
shit.
However, it cancels out because Chris gave
I
a bonus
know.
point to Nick for that. Rude.
He's my pod
That's
husband. I'm
cute.
allowed.
We said such nice things about you, Chris.
We did. I feel so betrayed.
They were true.
I got
but still.
you.
All right. Okay, so I
Aw.
believe we have solved nothing. I do believe the voting is in Nick's favor for
Only two
right
people
now.
voted. It doesn't even count.
That doesn't count.
What is this,
for-
America? We don't do it that way.
it's a decent sample size for the audience. It's fine.
2.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No, I think 3 maybe. I don't
We
know.
know
Anyway.
Doug is with Pern, so that's a win.
Mhm.
He
Yep.
didn't vote, so it don't count. Don't matter.
Yeah, he didn't
Said
say
it
anything.
earlier. It's in writing.
No.
Proof.
He said,
All right, so it's a tie. You're all wrong.
Ugh.
I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
um,
We're not friends.
and so, but before we head out, I want to
Mhm.
thank you all for coming on. This was a blast. This probably one of my favorite episodes. I appreciate it. And we'll do this again when y'all find something else to argue about. And
Challenge
Literally
yourself.
anything. Yeah.
Argue about
no,
anything.
here, y'all give me a list and we'll make a show. And it'll be
It's like
good.
once
Pick
a month.
something and I'll tell you why you're wrong. I'll do
It's
it.
just us bullshitting for an hour.
Replace the first
Yeah.
word. Whatever
You can
works.
keep going.
Yeah. But before we lose track, let's go ahead and promote again.
Before?
Yeah.
Yep, sorry, I'm back.
Let's promote everything that y'all want to promote. What do you have coming up? Where are y'all gonna be? Ladies first. Melissa, if you would, where are you gonna be? Where can people find you in person if they wanted to? Not your address. We don't want people showing up at your house.
That would be awkward.
Yes.
Besides, I'm like
Memphis
in a
sucks
very,
anyway.
very not good spot of Tennessee. You don't want to come visit me. I'll come visit you. How about that? As of right now, I am hopefully going to Fantasy next month. And I am for sure going to be at LibertyCon and FactoryCon and hopefully InfinityCon with that guy in Florida in July. So we're going to try and do some promoting for our Space Hyenas stuff. I will be at Superstars with Marisa. And, oh my God, next week.
Next week.
I have to like panic about packing or something after
I haven't
this.
even thought about it yet.
It's
Just
my
books.
thing.
It's fine.
It's my thing.
Just vibes.
So outside of all that awesomeness, because my husband is completely and totally awesome for working his schedule to let me do all these things. I have Salvage Bunny 2 turned into our awesome publisher. So that'll be out sometime this year. We've got 2 out of 3 Space Hyenas books turned in. And Valkyries will be coming out as soon as somebody finishes the first one tomorrow. I'm so
Okay.
excited.
Yeah.
Y'all, I am so excited. And I just started writing Salvage Bunny 3 today. So
So excited.
I started twitching. I'm like, I have no open work in progress. I can't not write.
Will not
Yeah,
stand.
she
Yeah.
sent me a text says, I don't know what to do right now.
I'm twitching. I'm like, oh my God, my life is meaningless. Oh, okay. I'm gonna start Salvage Bunny 3. I'm
It's
okay
fine.
now.
It's fine. I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, and Nick, what do you have coming up?
See, I'm be at Pensacon in 2 weeks here in Pensacola. Me and Ian J. Malone will be taking that up. We'll be in the Bard's Tower. So if anybody's in the Pensacola area, come down here and hang out with us at Pensacon. After that, I don't think I'm gonna make Fantasy, unfortunately, this year. But I will be at LibertyCon, and then Melissa and I hopefully she comes down. We'll be teaming up again with Ian Malone and going to Infinity Con in Tallahassee. And then Factory Con. And I'm hoping to make 20 books this year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But as far as stuff going on, I got a lot going on. Like I said, I'm writing the 4-HU book right now, Honey Badger. I've got 2 solo salvage title books I got to write. One's almost halfway done. And then I've got a secret project with Melissa later on this year that is really awesome. I can't wait to do that. So cool. I got another secret project with Jason Cordova. Can't wait to do that. Yeah. Another secret project with that lady, Marisa. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Super secret squirrel.
Man, I got so much stuff going on. It's insane. And then, Melissa and I finished the 3 Space Hyenas books. They're all done. The third one is not with Chris because it's still with my dad, who has yet to finish reading it. I'm just saying.
Seriously, Space Dad, come on.
To read faster.
Space Dad. Hurry up.
And get that back to me so I can turn it in.
Yeah.
But they are all slated to come out back to back. So y'all ain't gonna have to wait forever to get the third book like I did with Consequences. Sorry. And then Melissa and I have another project, which is 3 more Space Hyenas books. And this whole year is gonna be insane. Y'all are gonna get tired of seeing mine and Melissa's name. I'm telling you.
Oh, don't forget our other salvage project that we talked about. That might be a one.
So there's a third salvage title book. It's called Champions of Shane Raw, and that's all I'm gonna say. And it's gonna have me, Melissa, and Kevin Steverson on it.
That's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be so much.
Oh, dude,
fun,
it's
y'all.
epic. It is epic. It's gonna be great.
That's so cool.
It's everything you love about his books, my books, and Melissa's books rolled into one.
And this retard calls me up. He's like, "You think this is a good idea?" I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Can I write it with you? This is awesome."
That's awesome.
It's badass.
And speaking of seeing you too much, you two, Melissa and Nick, are going to be back on the show in May to promote your newly published book at that time. So everybody look out for that and come here with you. Huh?
You're trying to wrap up. I still have to go.
No,
it's my turn.
No, it's not a wrap up.
One thing about when we launch in May, Melissa and I might be together at a very cool location to do some stuff that has a lot to do with book 1.
Oh shit, that's cool.
So we're trying to work that out, and once the book's out and people have read it, they're gonna be able to go, okay, I get that.
That's why they did that.
Yeah,
nice.
We have ideas.
All right, so and of course I gotta do shameless plugs. So if y'all want to see more of these shenanigans, come back when they launch their book. It'll be a good time because we're gonna talk about, because I see how they act towards one another in Messenger, and I could imagine what it is of writing together. So we're gonna talk more about that then. And of course, y'all talking about Ian. Ian's gonna be on in March to launch his book. And Marisa, where can people find you?
Yeah. So I will be a special guest at Fantasy next month, which the theme is dragons. So you should definitely come and listen to me be right about dragons. Right. We'll also be at LibertyCon. So if you were lucky enough to get tickets for LibertyCon this year, you should totally come see the 3 of us in action in real life. Because there'd be even more CKP authors who were like blowing up the chat being awesome. So it's a lot of fun. And then I will be at DragonCon. I've been invited back as an attending pro, so very exciting. So definitely looking forward to those nerdy shenanigans. And then FactoryCon.
Yeah. All right. And as I say every episode, join everyone's newsletter. If you want to know what's coming up. Oh, go ahead, Marisa.
Sorry, I didn't talk about my projects. And I owe Rob a dragon trilogy. Sorry, Rob. So Rob's dragon trilogy will be 2025, but we'll definitely work on it. So this week, I will be saying the end on 2 books, which is very exciting. So my book for Bane is done. It just needs, some edits and whatnot. Melissa read most of it. She's going to get the rest of it tonight.
It is so freaking mind-blowingly amazing. I sat in a chair for 20 minutes at least, just sitting there going, what do I do with my life now? This is like, it was one of those,
texted
like,
me immediately after she finished that book and was like, "Oh my God."
it's awesome.
I
It's
love you so
awesome.
much. Thank you.
And your sister committed violence on you when she finished reading it.
She did. She hit me real hard in the arm, and then
You
Melissa was
deserved
like,
it.
I need her to hit you again. And I was like, wow, okay, thanks.
You deserved it.
So that's done. Also, after a very exciting lead up, the spider is 99% done. So Bill sent it back to me this weekend. I just finished my Bane book, so I'm going to finish that book tomorrow, which means it should be into the boss by next week. Which means the Valkyries is officially going to kick off this year. So I have got Melissa's book pretty much finished in not my inbox. It's back to her finally. It's
I got the
fucking
edit.
amazing. It's so good. I've got one from Matt Novotny that we are going to work on a little bit together, but it's already so good. Casey and I are going to write one later this year. So Valkyries is going to be super effing exciting. Maybe we'll get Rob to do us a trilogy because, you know, we'll all be doing trilogies for Rob. So he should probably do a Valkyries.
Yeah, quid pro quo.
Yeah, right? That's how it works.
Fair.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And
Okay.
like I was saying earlier, if you want to know what's going on with your favorite authors, join their newsletter, because if you're waiting on to see it on Facebook or Instagram, you might miss something. That includes chriskennedypublishing.com. Join the newsletter. You can potentially become a pre-reader.
Mhm.
And of course, the Patreon, you get cool stuff there. They have CKP Confidential. And on this channel, we also have another podcast, the Future Books podcast. So if you want to know anything else that's going on within CKP, check it out. The latest, we haven't had this month's episode come out yet. The latest episode is with Fred Hughes. And this is produced by our good buddy Ian at Sharkflight Media. And Randall Willis hosts. It's great. Randall Willis is a great host. You can tell he's a fan. The way he talks about these books and talks to these writers, he reads everything. He's a voracious reader, and he's I would venture to say one of CKP's biggest fans. So, which makes him a good host. So check that out.
He's awesome.
And speaking of CKP books, latest releases out now. On a Cloudy Day by Kevin Eikenberry and Jason Cordova. Point Break by Chris Kennedy. Yes, he also writes.
Very well.
Just a little, not much.
Genocide
like a
of
million words last year. Jesus.
Yeah, Genocide of Mankind. Will S. Frisbee Jr. and Fred Hughes's Prince War Leader, and that's book 3 in the Prince of Britannia books.
Very good.
So check those out. And again, and we also have audiobooks that have come out. And anything you want to find out about CKP, go to the chriskennedypublishing.com. You can see it all there, including books that will be coming out. But check out the podcast, Future Books, if you want to know about future books coming out. Other podcasts or other YouTube channels that you might want to check out. We've got Joy Wandry has been doing book reads on World Maker Books. If you search World Maker Books on YouTube.
We're just going to shove our dragons while you talk. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So she's been doing chapter reads of some of Mark Wandry's books. So it's basically like getting a free audiobook. Go check it out. And of course, our good buddy Casey Ezel, she has her Writer Life podcast / vlog thing. She's had some pretty good episodes of late, talking about how to write, motivation for writing, things like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. It's good to go. And I believe that's all I have. Just keep an eye out for what's coming next. We'll be posting it soon. And I believe we have next on Joy is going to come on, and we're going to talk to her about what she does with her YouTube channel, with her sewing and making stuff, and just everything she does.
She made that.
Yeah.
Joy made my little decal.
Oh,
And she did
See how he's got the iridescent scales?
Oh, I love it. I love Joy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to take off my. So she made this for Marisa. It's a little Nook cover or Kindle cover
for our tablet. Yeah, I've got like 5 things that Joy made up on my shelf.
So anyway, she's gonna be on next. Yeah. After that, we're gonna have our first editor on.
Yay!
Talking about the editing side of CKP, which will be very informative. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming on. I want to thank the audience for being here. It was a great chat. I appreciate it. And this was a great episode. I had a lot of fun just listening to you guys bicker. It was great. And I'll be glad to do it again. Anytime y'all have a fight at a con, bring it here. We'll hash it out.
We don't even have to manufacture anything. It's gonna happen.
It'll just happen.
Yeah, when it happens naturally.
Go at it. Come on.
Yeah.
LibertyCon should be a good brewing ground.
Okay.
Well, it usually is, yeah. So anyway, check out these wonderful authors, read their books, join us back here to see Melissa and Nick in May, and I think they're going to be back again for each of the subsequent books, so to talk about those and check those out. I want to say thanks to everybody. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So with that, until next time, thank you all.
Thanks, Rob. I want that book. Okay, bye.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.